Hi guys, I'm Missy, and if you're new here, welcome, and if you're returning, welcome back. So today is another installment in my Declutter series, and today I want to work on my single shadows. Most of them are color pop, like Supershock Shadows, and some like Jelly Much and things like that. But we're going to start with this drawer. I have about 4 drawers to go through. So I have them in these little organizers here. And I can already tell you all of these Super Shocks I am keeping. Now, that being said, let's move over here into this little section. So I have these ColourPop little pigments I am keeping. We have this Charmacy. Let me see if I can open with one hand. We have this Chantico Beauty Duo I'm going to keep. We have this Chantico Beauty Duo. And I'm going to keep this one as well. Got these in Ice Cream Beauty boxes. I got this little liquid Duochrome, I believe. It was a multi-chrome from Charmacy Milano. It's OVIP08. I am going to keep this for now. I want to try it out some more. Same with this little elf one. This is, I believe, also a multi-chrome, a duochrome. The shade Mer-mazing. Very pretty. I am going to keep and try out some more. Okay. I'm going to get into these little, like, black containers here in a minute. I have this little single MAC shadow. This is Amber Lights. I got this in an AIA beauty box, but it is a very good, like, everyday neutral pairing shade, so I'm going to keep. Alright, so then we're back into some liquid shadows. This is the ColourPop Supernova shadow in Hazy. One of these, the applicator broke off. Not sure which one. Give me 1 second here. Yeah, it's this one, the Hazy one. I don't know if this is something that happens to like older ColourPop stuff, but I've had this happen to 2 concealers and now this. I don't know if that's like a way for them to tell you that, hey, it's old, get rid of it. But I am going to get rid of this one. And I'm going to get rid of the other 2 as well, even though they still have their applicator. I tried them the other day. I just really didn't like how they looked on me. But it's Sandcastle and Ice Pop are the 2 shades. They're pretty old at this point too, so getting rid of those. And then I have these 2 that I just most recently played with in a Revolution Beauty, like a full face of Makeup Revolution or Revolution Beauty. I hate these. I tried them again and I still hate them, so I'm not going to keep them. I'm going to get rid of. I don't know if they have a shade name. I don't believe they do. Yeah, I don't see one. One's like an icy kind of white and the other's kind of like a champagne bronze shade. They are just thick and not very comfortable, honestly. Alright, so then we have all these like little duos here that I've made myself. Now one of these, yeah, see this one, these are kind of like mixes of some highlighters and some single shadows that I pressed together and some like loose pigments. This one I'm going to put over to the maybe pile for the moment. Let's see if I can get this one open. Alright, then we have another one. Yeah, this is another one I did. I'm going to put over to maybe. this one. This one I took some loose pigments that I got from my ice cream beauty boxes and mixed with like a little bit of a highlighter shimmery shade so that it would be more, like it would stick together more with the liquid that I put in it, like the mixing medium. So I'm going to keep this one. I really like these two shades so far. Then we have okay, yeah, we have this one. So this one I took the loose pigments from this and I mixed them and pressed them into this little palette because I don't tend to reach for loose pigments. I tend to like pressed more, so I just took these and pressed them myself with a mixing medium, and I'm going to keep this and use it, and then I'm going to refill with this whenever, you know, I go through it. So keeping that one. Then we have this one here. This is another one that I pressed from loose pigments from my ice cream beauty boxes, mixed with a highlighter to give it a little more firmness. I am going to keep. And then we have this one that I also did as well for my ice cream beauties. I'm going to keep this one as well. So I think I'm going to take these two and I'm going to declutter them. I'm going to keep the palettes, but I'm going to declutter the shades. So yeah, those two are going. Nothing wrong with them. I mean, they're very pretty, but I've got so many over here that I can use from ColourPop that I don't really need to have like my own little shades that I mixed and matched either. Okay. Alright, so it's looking nice in there now. Okay, so out of that drawer, I kept 39 because I'm just counting these as one, basically. And I decluttered 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay, so let's move on to the other drawer. Alright, so some more ColourPop. These are older shades. And I'm going to be keeping these as well. So yeah, I'm going to go close that one. We're going to open the next drawer. Alright, so most of what's in this drawer is the ColourPop Super Shocks from like collabs that they've done. Or different collections. So I think I know for a fact I'm going to declutter these four from the Raw Beauty Christie collab. I may turn them into fingernail polishes. I haven't decided yet. And I'm also going to declutter the two from Snitchery's collab because I don't really like these like really deep dark shades. So I'm going to declutter those two as well. So out of that drawer, I kept 26, and I decluttered 6. Okay. And then next, I'm gonna move on. This video is gonna go pretty quickly, I think. All right. So we're gonna move on to the last drawer, and these are the Jelly Much shadows from ColourPop, and I have like Jello shots from I forget the brand. I guess Amore Us, I believe. I got them in ice cream beauty boxes. So I'm going to keep all my ColourPop ones for now. But I don't care for these smaller little pots because I can't really get my brush in there really well, and my finger as well. So I'm going to declutter this one. This is Aqua, and what is this one? Aqua and Gold Goddess. I'm going to declutter those two, but I'm going to keep the rest in this drawer. So I kept 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21. So I kept 21 out of this drawer, and I decluttered 2. Alright, so let me count everything up for my totals, and I'll be right back with the total numbers. Alright, so I'm back, and I kept a total of 103, and I decluttered 15. So, not the best, but I'm happy with what I did declutter. And now I'm going to be logging all of my single shadows that I have kept into my phone. And then, you know, they're going to get used throughout my series, my spin wheel series, so that I can decide whether I really like the shades for sure or not, since these get very, very neglected in my collection. And I don't really worry too much about ColourPop Super Shadows like when they dry out, because I can revive them with a little bit of Inglot or a little bit of water here and there. The Jelly Much shadows, I can kind of revive them too, just not as well as these, but they can be revived. So there is that. But yeah, so that's where I'm at for now. Total was 103 of kept and decluttered 15. Alright, if you guys would please like and subscribe down below, really helps me out and I would appreciate it. Until next time, guys, bye.